slave. How are you not a slave?
Yo, you don't see the comparison?
Yeah, owning
Why
a
are you?
dog
Yeah,
is
you're just
No,
being
pretty
willfully
much
ignorant right
modern day
now.
slave owning.
it's called domesticating animals.
You don't think they tried to
Domesticating
domesticate?
animals. You
Hold
don't
on, hold
think
on.
that's exactly what they said about
Yeah,
slaves?
that's what they tried to do.
They said that black people were animals and they domesticated them.
It's not the same. That's
Not the
ridiculous.
same now.
Not at all.
So you don't see any comparison. You think it's completely. You think there's.
I
You say
understand the compare. No,
you
they're
don't think
both
there can
owned.
be any correlation between dog owners and slave owners.
Okay, a correlation, yes, but it
A
doesn't
strong
make them the
correlation.
same. That doesn't make them the same thing.
It's almost a 1-to-1 correlation, actually.
Okay, if you're working your dog as if your dog were a slave, I could see your point. But most people
So
just live with their dog and like train
so
it a little bit to make sure that it doesn't poop on the floor.
so you don't think that slave owners bought slaves that didn't work? That you don't think slave owners bought slaves that they treated with a luxury lifestyle?
Sure, some did.
Exactly. So what's your point?
Precisely.
The overwhelming majority of people were not simply buying slaves to live with them and have them do their own thing.
That doesn't change anything.
Well,
Just
but it
because
still
just because it's not a
happens.
majority doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Okay,
That doesn't make you not a slave.
let me ask you something. What is the point of purchasing a slave? Why not
You
just
tell
have somebody
me.
come live
Well,
with
there
you?
could be a lot of purposes for people.
Emotional support. It could be field work. It could be a house
Okay,
slave to
but
do
the
chores.
fact
There's
is,
a
And
lot
yeah,
of reasons you could
most
buy.
to
You
the
could buy one
point.
just because you could let.
what? Hold on. Let me rephrase. What is the purpose of owning a slave? Like they're
Same reasons I just named.
not just living and cohabitating with another person, owning that person. What's the point?
What's the point? There could be no point at all to owning a person. There could be a big point.
No,
That
no. The point
Either way,
is
it's irrelevant.
no. The point is that you have complete dominion over what that person does, ever. Okay,
That's just
yeah, and
not
that's
true though.
you're a
if they try
slave.
to run away, right, then they have to be picked up and brought back to you, even if they don't want to live with you, right?
Yep.
Right. Now, if a dog doesn't want to live with you, you're probably abusing that dog, and animal control can come and take them, right? Once you start
Yeah.
abusing
No,
that
they
dog the
can't.
way
No,
that
they
you would
can't.
abuse a
No, they
slave,
can't. They would need to be notified first, actually.
okay, the point is that they could, right?
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but you just can't equate animals to humans like that.
Wait, you literally just named. Wait. You realize, dude? Do you not see how you just made a direct comparison without? You literally just proved our point without proving.
You can't compare
You
animals
just
to humans.
directly compare how slave owners
Humans
treat
have more.
slaves to how
No,
they treat dogs.
And
And
also, wait, hold on. And also, why can't we compare humans to other animals? I'm just
you can
confused.
compare them, but you can't. Humans have a lot more drive for autonomy,
You can't make like
unlike
laws.
most animals.
Okay, yeah.
it's
And all
irrelevant.
right, so yeah, all right, what about a 1-year-old? We can compare that to a dog, right? Because it has no
Are
drive for
parents
autonomy,
slave
right?
owners?
What?
Are parents slave owners?
Yeah,
Well,
No.
obviously.
yeah, slave labor,
Okay, this is a troll. I'm dropping you.
doing
Bye.
chores.
Okay, let me tell you the difference between a parent and a slave owner. When you take wait, say look, now he's just ducking. Now he's just
Bro, I
ducking.
was joking, bro. I mean, it's whatever, bro.
Now he's just ducking.
He doesn't have the cognitive skills to
Okay,
determine
wait.
what
If
he's
you
doing.
masturbate, you are inherently evil. I
Yep,
mean,
that's true.
like, what about the empathy for the addiction part? You know, like,
Well, I don't think any addiction's good.
you don't think addictions
Addictions are
exist?
evil.
No, what addiction? Well, not even that, but like any
Nope.
addiction. No addiction is good. What are you saying?
No. Wait, do I have to introduce myself?
Yeah, go ahead. Like, what's your age, name, pronouns, and social security number? Go ahead.
What? Anyways, 19. You said name, age. XK. Pronouns he, him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
why you said what's your age?
19.
This is
19.
philosophy
And
talk.
okay,
What do you
follow up
disagree with?
question. Why are you 18?
Who?
What
I'm at
would you
19.
be
Why are you
if
19?
weren't 18?
Why am I 19?
Yeah.
I was born in 2006. That's why.
Okay.
I guess that works. But
I don't know
yeah,
what you want me to
so
say.
which one do you disagree with? On
I I disagree with number 1. I disagree with actually no 2. I can get behind. I disagree with number 3.
You can get behind 2 but not 1. Like, what is that, bro?
I disagree with
Crazy.
number 3. I disagree with like number 4, and I disagree with like number 5. Well, 5 needs some context to it, but
What other context could you possibly mean?
like when you say racism doesn't exist objectively, you mean like the discrimination that's imposed upon people by their
Well, no,
race.
what
You
I
know that
mean-
doesn't exist, or like the system
No, what
doesn't
I
exist, or what?
mean is racism doesn't exist subjectively.
Yeah. So can you like go into more detail?
Subjectively.
And race doesn't exist, or like racism doesn't exist, or
Yeah,
what?
race doesn't
race
exist
and
objectively either.
racism don't exist
Well,
objectively.
if racism exists, then
We just
there'd
said
have
it
to be-
doesn't exist
Concepts
subjectively.
So-
can exist in trends, no matter how stupid. And we've seen this with shit like Tung Tung.
yeah, I
Tung
think
Sahur,
concepts
bro.
can manifest themselves.
What
into
are you
existence.
talking about?
Like I'm comparing like how absurd things can just get, and like
And-
it's just still the trend. And, just
And what do you mean
people still go with
objectively?
it.
What do you mean trend? What I mean objectively, I mean stance independent.
Stance independent.
Yeah.
Like independent of what stance?
Of a mind stance. Like yeah, that's what that means. Like
That's not what that
independent.
means.
Oh, what do you mean that's not what that means? Alright, so what does objective mean?
Objective just means without the influence of opinion or bias.
So like the most
Yeah, so
post-structured
That's not what
mind
objectively
independent.
meant.
like,
Mind independent, that's synonymous. It's literally the same thing.
Okay, you
And
said stance
mind
independent, but sure.
Yeah, that's
Is-
also you
is
can't
the
have a
goal of
stance.
life-
You can't have a stance if you don't have a mind. So it'd be stance independent.
What?
is the goal of life to be as
Oh my
objective
God.
as possible?
You said is the goal of life what?
To be
What
as
is this guy
objective
talking about?
as possible. Like
I don't.
There's
I don't- I
no way
wouldn't
to
say
be
that.
objective, bro.
I wouldn't say
I
that's the
mean,
goal of
what's
life.
so confusing about
but like
this?
everyone tries to though. Like everyone tries to
Well, everyone tries to be
morally
right.
higher. Yeah,
Everyone just tries to convince everyone that they're right, not that they're objective.
Well, no, we're actually
and in
objective.
some cases superior.
If you want to go that
So it's
far,
like-
sure. But racism, I think that definitely like exists.
Oh, racism. Yeah.
No, it actually doesn't.
I think racism
exists
has
If
become.
race-
as a hierarchy, as a system.
If race doesn't exist objectively, how could racism
Because I
exist?
think it's been perpetuated for so long and so hard that it eventually manifested itself into
Yeah,
like the
okay,
inner
hold on,
workings
hold on.
of society.
Yeah, hold on. Can
Okay,
you be-
this is the real question. How can racism and race exist absent the mind?
You say exist what?
Absent the mind.
Because
Absent
it's
mind.
built. Because then like actual like material constructs are built upon race.
So racism is a material construct.
Yeah, to kind of just manifest itself.
What?
What are
How-
you even talking about?
Okay.
I think
racism
it's pretty
be-
simple to
Wait,
understand.
I want you to define
No,
racism. for
yeah,
me real
it's
quick.
simple to understand, but it's confused.
Like for example, let's take time. Okay, so time. That's a wait. Would you say like time is objective? I don't think people would say time is
Are you trying to
objective.
say?
It's just-
Are you trying to use? Time?
Yeah, I would say that.
You would say time is objective? It exists.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say something.
Time
Let's say
is
something different.
objective.
How about like the concept?
Bro,
of
listen,
like
hold on. We're getting off topic. Okay, look,
Okay,
let me
never
just
mind.
ask you a simple question. Can
What?
you be racist without race?
No.
Okay, well there you go. We have our answer. If
But race does
doesn't
exist.
look, if it doesn't exist objectively, right? So then we could follow this up. If race doesn't
ahead and
exist
prove that.
objectively, then it obviously follows that racism doesn't exist objectively.
Wait. If you work at 9 to 5, you're most likely lazy. Just give up on your dreams. Yeah, let's talk about that one.
Yeah, that's
What's
just
funny?
Is there a statistic for it?
Statistic for what?
Yeah, like how did you figure that out?
well,
It's
actually,
obvious.
it's likely. So I mean, I'm just inferring off.
Yeah,
my own
why is that
personal
likely?
experience. Yeah, I'm just inferring off. my
Then
own
why does it
personal
say prove us wrong?
It's likely
what
because
justifies the inference?
We're just
there are a few
like you said, a personal
exceptions.
experience.
There's too many people talking, bro. Oh my gosh.
What justifies the inference is personal experience. I said that.
Okay, your little anecdotes don't really prove like the majority of people.
Well, likely, and that's why I said it proved me wrong. Like, do you have anything to?
Well, you're not the
counter that
majority of people.
claim?
You're one person. I didn't know.
Well,
Mr.
yeah.
Blue
So
My
let's
Shoe
hear
was, like,
the counter to the claim. Go ahead.
I don't. It's a personal experience. I don't need to counter it.
So do you have any other? Okay,
You
so
don't represent 355 million people.
okay, so do you disagree?
Yeah.
Okay, and why?
Both of you are arguing
Yeah,
from personal experiences, bro. This is not
no,
gonna
Exactly.
go
I'm
Like,
not.
what
I'm
are
anywhere.
these?
not. I
Okay,
haven't even
like,
given. I
so
haven't
why do you
even given an
disagree
argument.
yet?
I
So
haven't
why
even
do you?
given.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Yeah, because working in 9 to 5 is work. That's labor. You doing labor requires you to not be lazy. It requires you to actually get up and do something.
Whoa, hold on. You don't think somebody can have a job and be lazy simultaneously?
No.
What?
Okay, let me
Define.
ask
Hold
you a
on.
question.
Define
Wait,
Let
lazy.
me ask you.
hold on. You don't
Let
think you
me.
can do your job lazily?
Wait. Define lazy.
What? Okay,
Just
let me.
like
What is required for work? Let me
putting
ask
in
you a
less
question.
than like putting in minimal effort.
Minimal effort. Okay.
Yeah, like, you can definitely have a job and be lazy.
So what's like the minimal effort for like a 9 to 5?
Like, let's say McDonald's. I mean, like you're like, I mean, like, what do you?
I think the
What's
minimal
there to
effort should just be
expand
like
on?
enough,
Like
right?
minimal effort. It's like is he doing enough to barely get by? Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people are 9 to 5 to that.
Wait, a
Yo,
lot of people are.
actually,
A lot of people.
I'm
A
gonna
lot of
have to
people are doing a
disagree with the first
lot
one.
and barely getting by. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I
I
feel
have
like what's
evidence
going
of
on
that.
here is that we're putting laziness on a scale. Because
Yeah,
like would
like you
someone who
know,
has
like
a 9 to 5
have
be more or
evidence.
less lazy than someone who
you
doesn't
know,
have a
like
9 to 5 to begin
you
with?
know, like the majority of homeless people have full-time jobs.
No. What about like people with like low IQ, like
I don't
Down
even know.
syndrome people? Like
Yeah, like they're doing a lot, and it's like
I
almost
Well,
Okay,
equal.
well,
bro.
elementary.
they're putting in the
Yeah,
maximum effort they
and
possibly
that's where the
can. What are you
likely comes
talking
from.
about?
That's where the likely comes from.
Like the first claim is kind of vague. I'm not gonna lie.
Vague.
Hey,
It's extremely
vague.
vague.
First claim is
Yes.
an opinion.
Yeah, he's gonna say from personal
I
experience.
just feel
So
like, yeah, I would also say that
wait,
it's
where my
vague because it
shooter?
doesn't
I
really
mean,
How much
well, I
do
money?
still haven't heard an
justice to
argument
Where
the.
my
yet.
shooter?
I
So
still haven't
what's your
heard an
net
argument.
worth?
What's my net worth? I don't know. Around 1 million. What's yours?
Dude, holy non sequitur. Why are we talking about net worths
Because
of
he's
each
saying like
other?
if you work at 9 to 5, you're most likely lazy. So
Wait,
I'm
hold
assuming
on.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming that he's like that he
You
doesn't
you
work at
don't
95
have
or
you don't
something.
have to be a hardworking
yeah, but
individual to have a
how does
high
that
net
claim
worth.
And
even be?
he can apply to the rhetoric while still arguing it.
Yeah, like I can be applying this from my own personal experience, and I could be a lazy 9 to 5 worker.
Dude,
What are
for
you
all we know,
saying?
I
I
could
guess,
be
bro.
unemployed arguing this.
Exactly.
The
Literally.
best
I
way
guess,
of
bro.
living
I guess.
is to live like
What do you mean you guess?
I'm just saying. I guess. Yeah.
Diogenes.
No, you know, bro. You know.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Definitely. But like,
Yep.
yeah. What's your scale for like laziness as like a McDonald's worker or something?
Okay,
McDonald's
bro.
worker.
This
I
is
don't
what I would
know.
look at. Are you really working if you're just staying in one spot and not working towards any
But you're
goals?
not really standing in one spot.
Does the level of
But you
laziness
are though.
change depending on the
You're not
job
moving.
you're
You're not
working
going
or
anywhere.
no?
I mean, nah, we would have to like
You've settled for
we would have to change the
okay.
scale
Here's
relative
where
to
the
like.
likely comes from. If you're where you want to be at, working the 9 to 5, then yeah, you're not lazy. But if you're not where you want to be at, but you're still settling for a 9 to 5, are you really working and you're just staying in one spot?
What if it's somewhere you don't want to be at, but it's giving you good pay?
And you're
Well,
gonna
are
be
you doing
lazy.
your job? Are you
What if
doing
it's
your
all you
job
can do right now?
efficiently?
Like you don't have adequate enough education. You're still in high
Like,
school.
let's say my dream was
If
to
that's what
be
you
a
can do right now, then you'd be
pop
working towards
singer,
your goal.
but doing
If you're
concrete
not
makes me
working
good
towards a
money.
goal,
Bro, I
then
can't
you're
hear one will.
Yeah, I'm
if you're not working
confused.
towards a goal, then that would be you would apply to be lazy to
Yeah,
get
that
So
by
would
hold on,
actually
I
fall
have a
under
regardless.
that
question
would fall
then.
under the second part of the you gave up on your dreams if you're not working towards the goal.
Yeah.
So does why can't the dream just be making that money? Like, why does it need to be like
I
a
mean, if
different
that's your
set of
dream, then like I
Well,
said, you would
actually,
apply.
it
Oh yeah, like
also
Remember when
said
I said if you're
believe it
where
or
you want
not.
to be at, then
If you're
yeah.
clocking into work, you're likely just working towards the next paycheck. That's not lazy by your standards.
Yeah, because
So
Yeah,
like,
what
but
is
so
the
if
why
next
that's
can't the
not where you
paycheck?
why
want to
can't
be
the
at,
Hold
then
on,
you're
hold
dream
just
on.
goal just
settling.
Do
be
you
the
really
next
You don't
think
want to
that's
paycheck?
have
their
your next
only
paycheck? What?
goal? Do you really think that's their only goal?
Wait,
Working
hold
towards the
on.
next
You
paycheck?
you don't want to have your next paycheck? What?
So yeah, you can't really decide
You
what another
obviously want
person's
to get a
goal
better
can be,
job
though.
to get a better paycheck.
You're
Says
like
who?
speaking on behalf of other people's goals. That's kind of like, you know, unfair
Goofy.
to do.
It's goofy.
Nah,
Like
bro, I'm speaking from personal
there's
Well,
really
experience.
life's
people who are
unfair.
just out there struggling, and their next goal is really just to get that next paycheck.
If it's the best you can
Yeah,
do,
and they would.
obviously you're not
Hey,
lazy.
look, and they would fall under the other part.
The other part. It
It
says
says
likely.
most likely. So they just be the
There
outlier.
are
Yeah,
obvious
those are. But
exceptions if I said likely.
Yeah,
I don't
those
think
are
those are
just
the
the outlier.
outliers. I think just generally people just want to work to their next paycheck.
So then,
But actually,
by
okay,
your stance, you'd be saying that this like stance that I'm making is the uncommon one, where people are just working for the next paycheck. You
No,
would say that that's uncommon.
no.
Then why would
But so that's the common one.
Bro,
Then
listen,
like,
hold
giving up
on.
be more likely?
X Kyle. If you think this is
Ex-
an unpopular take, look. I need you to go to whatever 9 to 5 place you live near, whether that's McDonald's, whatever,
uh-huh.
any food place, and ask them,
Uh-huh.
if you were still working here next year, do you feel like you would be lazy and you give up on your dreams? Ask
okay,
that
okay.
question.
Let me
Guaranteed
ask you
they're
this.
gonna say yes.
X. Oh, wait. Go ahead and answer this question. No, come on.
No, he just told me to like go
Yeah, I would
ask him
just
like next
yeah, I
time I
just
go
give him
next time
homework,
I go to
bro.
like McDonald's or something. I can't do that
You
right now,
got some
obviously.
homework, bro.
Yeah, he just gave me homework. That's all. You can
Yeah.
ask me a question.
Okay, bro. If you ask this 9 to 5 worker when they were 14 years old what their dreams were, do you think that they would be happy and satisfied knowing that they settled down to the 9 to 5 for a job that they didn't want?
And I asked them what their dream job was, like when they were like 5 years old.
The
Bro, he
14,
said 14.
14 in
Wait,
high school, bro.
are
High
you
That
saying
means
school,
you're
like
working
people are
towards
still
your career at that
unrealistic.
point.
People are still unrealistic in high school, but sure, whatever.
are you saying like those types of
Okay,
people
yeah,
you're talking
realistic
about
and
are like
working a 9 to 5, staying in the same place is two different things.
Um, what was the end thing that you wanted me to ask or wanted me to answer? Kind of forgot the last part of the question.
The last part of the
not being
question, I
able to
wanted
get
you
a
to ask
word
them
in
why
your
they
shit?
satisfied where they are right now.
Oh, ask with the okay. So you give me homework too,
Yep.
Yep. You
bro.
got a lot of homework, bro.
Bro, I'm on
Hold
spring
on.
break, bro.
So
Why you
just
give me
to make
homework?
sure that I'm interpreting this correctly,
I
basically
mean,
what you're asking,
under my requirements
right?
for being lazy, if you're not working towards a goal, then you're lazy.
What
Is that
goal?
like is that like
And you
textbook
can have a nine to
definition or
five.
what?
Most people have a 9 to 5 are working towards a goal. From my personal experience,
What definition of lazy are you going off of to get these, like scenarios that lead to
what
someone being
definition of
lazy?
lazy? I mean, lazy is a vague term. It
The
says
definitions plural would be vague, but if you're just going off of one particular definition, it's kind
okay,
of straightforward.
unwilling to work or use energy would be the definition of lazy. That's not vague to you.
No, not necessarily. Seems pretty
So you don't
straightforward
think
to
that a
me.
wide range of things could fit into that definition?
I do
No.
think a wide range of things could
Okay,
fit into that
okay, then it would
definition,
be
but it
vague.
wouldn't
So
necessarily
I
be
can
vague.
interpret what I think would fit into that based on the definition, right?
Correctly, yes,
Okay.
absolutely. If you do it
So
correctly.
under that definition, I interpret that if you are not working towards a goal, then you are lazy.
If you're not working towards a goal, and
Yes.
what
If you're not
definition were
working
you
towards a
using
goal.
again?
That's a
What?
presupposes you need a goal though, right?
Hmm?
That presupposes you need a goal though.
Yeah, I don't think about having anything to do with a
I never
goal
said
in
you
that
need one,
definition.
Well,
but
actually, hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
you
I would
I
say if
did.
you
think,
don't, I would
I
say if you're
think,
not working towards
hold
one,
on.
then
I
you would be
think if you're
lazy.
working, like that already
Yeah,
implies a goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you be working for if
Okay,
it wasn't a goal?
Yeah,
what
like
Working
that
about the
wouldn't make
people that
any
don't
includes a
sense
work?
for you
goal.
to work
So
and
say for
not have a
example, like a
goal
nine
every
to
day.
five person just like kind of just like want to live a basic, simple, not like a super lavish life. I think that's fine.
Okay, like I said, that would be the exception of where they met and they're where they want to be
Exactly.
at. If you're
Actually, no,
not where you
no.
want to
Wait.
be at,
Actually, hold on. This would actually make sense. Them doing that, not wanting a lavish life and wanting to settle down, that would be them not being lazy because they're doing their goal by working nine
they've
to five.
accomplished their goals.
Yeah, they're
So
doing
that
the
would
opposite of
be
being
an
lazy.
exception to
Yeah, bro.
the
They're
nine to
being
five.
efficacious, bro. They're completely
Sure, if
lazy.
you
Because they
want to
are
say
done
that.
working
So
towards their
then,
goal. They have
what do you think? What do you
achieved
think?
their
Like
goal.
most people's end goal is, or like highest achieved goal
Okay,
is.
well now this would be too like that would be too
Like I don't think most people have like this crazy high goals. If that's your
not
thing.
even crazy high, but I mean I would just logically assume that their goals are more than working 9 to 5 the rest of their lives.
I would assume that on their dream board that they wrote when they were
I
a
don't know. I
senior
think a
in
lot
high
of people
school
still
did
have
not
the.
include working a 9 to 5
Well,
for
hold on. So like,
under forty
say somebody,
thousand.
hold on. Say somebody like wants to like be a lawyer or something. That still be considered working a 9 to 5.
Sure.
Yeah. So then you could say, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up, but you're still gonna be working a nine
Okay.
to
So
five.
they
So
achieved
then
their
would you say they're
goal.
Well,
still
yeah,
lazy,
that's
So
their
that would be the
goal.
even though
exception.
That's their
they
I don't see
goal.
completed
what
the
you're not
effort to
getting
fulfill their
here. That would
goals?
be them achieving their
And
goal.
bro, a lawyer, I mean, do they even work 9 to 5 hours?
Yeah, they have an office and they clock in, they clock out.
Yeah, but is it 9 to 5?
Yeah. I mean,
Where are
sometimes
you
they
getting
do.
this from?
Sometimes they do other stuff, but like generally, yeah.
I have. Hey,
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
going. We
never
gotta
heard that
fact
way.
check that, bro.
Either
Yeah, we gotta
either
fact
way,
check
that
that,
would be
bro.
them accomplishing their goals and being where they want to
Hold on.
be.
does
Yeah.
this also apply to like an 8 to 6 shift?
I mean, it could.
8 to 6. I mean, I don't know, but we're on 9 to 5 right now.
Yeah.
All right,
I mean,
just wondering
it's
for
logically
context,
possible that it
contextual
could.
reasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or
That
or
maybe
an
that's for
11-7, would it still apply?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, it's logically
we'll save that for
possible.
another day.
We'll save that for another day. Okay.
Yeah, I had to do more research on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta get some sources for that one. Huh?
I don't think you did any research. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's just
Um.
ignorant,
All right,
willfully
bro.
ignorant at that.
yeah.
All right.
You're actually just
I
feeding off.
wouldn't say it's
I mean,
deliberate ignorance
everyone
because
understands
it's
besides you.
basically just kind of wording.
So it's obviously something wrong with you. If your buddies already understand and they get the point, then it's obviously something wrong with your brain. If you're the odd one out.
Who
Bro,
me?
he might work 9 to 5.
Because like the thing you gotta pay attention to when you're addressing these kinds of prompts is the wording of the prompts. Keywords most likely. So of course this
Yeah,
wouldn't be like an argument for
how
every
is he
single
on the
person to
opposing
take.
side and gets it, but you don't? Doesn't
The
make
only
sense to
thing I'm
me.
arguing is that
I
I
get
do
it too.
not agree
Like
with the
what?
fact that it would be most likely the case. Because
Yeah.
then you have to look at the definition of lazy being used in this context to understand what is and isn't lazy and what would actually be most and least likely for this scenario.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
he said.
for this scenario, I definitely say it'd be most likely.
Okay.
Obviously, off of my own
Under
research.
my interpretation of the
Obviously.
definition of lazy, then under these circumstances, it would be most likely.
Sure. I guess, but I don't know. I don't think you can never prove that. But what about number three?
Well,
If you own
actually,
a
we just
dog,
did
is
that.
You said what?
what about number
If you own
three?
a dog, you're a slave apologist? Is that the
That
one
one
we're
I
talking
agree
about?
with. I agree with that one.
That's just true.
Yeah.
Why do you say that's true?
Well,
I
think
mean,
about it. I mean, you're owning a dog, which is equivalent to a slave. It's just a modern day slave. So you owning a dog is just upholding slavery
So
and
what would
making
you?
them pay. Therefore,
So
you're a
do you
slave.
think slavery only like a thing in name, or like it has like certain like aspects to it that make it slavery?
Yeah, just owning another conscious living being unconsensually against his will.
Owning another conscious living being unconsensually.
Unconsensually.
Um. Interesting. So if the dog just like grows, or when you go to a dog pound and you're picking out the dog you want, typically people
Hold
pick
on, let's
out.
stop right there. Look at that. The dogs are in cages in a building, and
So
you're
you go
picking
to a
them out
dog pound,
and taking
aka a
them
slave
and
trade
taking them.
compound.
hold on. I have a
Wait, wait,
question.
wait.
I have
Would
a
you say?
question, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
Like
Yeah,
clearly.
do you think any animal could ever at any point give you consent?
Yes.
Yes,
What?
and how would that go?
What?
How I
You're
personally have
insane.
not ever seen
Oh,
that,
well,
so I would like to
actually,
know how that would go.
well,
Actions, yeah, with like a dog will
yeah,
like
yeah.
definitely show affinity
I mean,
towards
I
you,
guess.
Are you
like want to be
familiar with
around
the
you, or
term
like
fries?
wag their tail and like response to you, things like that.
You
Are
think
you
wagging their
familiar
tail
with the
is
term
consent?
fries? Holy freaking moly!
I mean, that's what Planned Parenthood said.
This guy is just willfully ignorant, bro.
Yeah, no, he's
What? I'm
being
reading. I'm
willfully
reading Planned
ignorant.
Parenthood right now. What are you talking about?
What are the acronyms? Like, I want you to read them out to me. What are the acronyms for fries?
Freely
Read them for me.
given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, specific.
Do you think that these are things that only could ever possibly apply to sex?
Um,
With your own human interpretation, do you think that that only applies to sex, that everything you just read?
no.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think an animal could ever agree or understand any of these concepts that you just listed?
Actually, yeah, I think they could.
Really?
Wow. Hey, bro. People truly say anything on this app, bro.
I don't know why we're thinking like animals are just like absolutely dumb.
No, I don't
When
think
do we
they
say
do.
they're dumb? Okay, I just want you to communicate to me how a dog would communicate to you being. Okay, how could a dog communicate that it wants you to own it?
Yeah, and keep the acronym pulled up. You got to go over all
Yeah.
those.
I've never like chosen a dog before, but like this is just like what I've seen from like I guess like cartoons or whatever.
We're talking
Like,
about real life
using them.
animals, not
Cartoon.
cartoons.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I've
Great,
We're
never
great
talking
like
about the
example,
real
bro.
deal.
yeah. So when you go choose a dog, you interact with the dogs. Maybe like try and feed them or whatever, pet them, so on and so forth. And so a dog has to give you permission to touch it, in which they come close to you, maybe like rub around you, things like
Bro,
that.
what do you
Wait, it has
mean
to give you
permission to
permission.
touch?
This same
Yeah,
dog that was born there against his will inside the cage has to give you
And
you're
taken
permission
born
to
in a
away from
touch
his
it.
hospital
mother,
against
by
your
Do
the
you
way.
will.
even
You're
hear yourself?
you're born in a hospital against your will. Like, what's the difference?
The difference is when you're okay. The difference between you being born from your parents against your will and you being born and shipped off into a cage against your will is the
And
fact that
also take it away from your mother. Like, come on, bro.
yeah,
No.
the fact that your
Wait, you don't
parents
think dogs? Hold
I
on.
would just
What
argue
would
that it's equally
your parents don't
unconsensual.
own you. Your parents are your
You're
guardians, which is why your parents have
yeah,
a
you literally legally
not
own
only
them.
legal rights but a moral obligation to because they brought you into this world. They are morally obligated to be your guardian.
okay. You're also like the guardian of the dog too, as well.
No,
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 you're
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 not.
its
You're
not.
not the
legal
dog's
owner.
parents. That's the
You're its
difference.
legal
I didn't
owner.
say parent. I
You're
just
his
said
legal
guardian.
owner, not his
No,
guardian.
it's called an
No, you're
owner.
not a guardian to that
You're not a
dog.
dog.
You
You're
are
not a
its
dog
It's
guardian.
owner.
You're a
What do
actually
dog
you think?
owner.
What do you think constitutes an owner? Because I think it can be
no,
interpreted
no.
differently.
Wait,
If you
wait. When you
literally
have a
look
kid,
up,
you're not the kid's owner. You're the
yeah,
kid's
if you own a
guardian
dog, if you own a dog
or
under
a
the legal
kid's
system,
parent.
under any system, you're called its
It's
owner.
the
That's
same way.
literally
If I go into a
right.
grocery store and I buy a banana, I now own that banana.
You're not a banana guardian. You're a banana owner.
Yeah, it's
Like
literally
what?
considered your property.
That is
A dog
not the
is
same
considered your
thing. What the
property.
hell?
It's because you're being
Literally,
willfully
Aren't we
ignorant to
talking
the
about like conscious
And
circumstances
living
that
beings
dogs
versus like a
face.
banana? Like
and
what?
also, hold on. You literally buy the dog. Like, what? You
you
buy
don't
slaves.
buy
You're
your
buying dog.
child.
Yeah, like
Wait, hold on. For one, you can definitely get a dog for free. That's a thing.
I just consider that
yeah,
a
and you can also
five-finger
get slaves
discount.
for free. You can also get slaves for free, by the
I
way.
don't think you
Five-finger
can.
discount.
Can't. Like
No.
You
what?
can't steal a
Okay,
slave.
okay,
What are you saying?
okay. Let me ask you a question.
Or a
Okay, nah, I
frantic
don't even have
goofy
to ask you
one
a
for
question. I
free.
could just give you an example of you getting a slave for free. If you buy a slave and your slave
If I buy a
conceives a
slave, okay,
child,
there
then
we
you
go.
now own that child slave for free.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
Do you
What'd you
think
say?
when they rounded up the first batch of slaves, they were just like, all right, I'm just gonna pay all of you and you are all now my slaves? No, they didn't pay for that shit. They just
It
abducted
just
them.
Oh
took
yeah, that's
them.
true. Yeah,
That
you're
is
right. You're
also
right.
true.
Paying for slaves was not always the occurrence.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, we know.
And
But
also,
okay,
people
my fault. I
sometimes
forgot.
gifted. Sometimes people gifted slaves to their friends.
Oh
Their
yeah.
Slavonian friends.
They were
They
trading
Wait.
those
So how
guys
does
like
this like relate to
Pokemon
the
cards,
dogs
bro.
though?
well, basically, they're saying that you can compare dogs
You
to
can buy a
human
child
slaves
too. That.
on every aspect.
You can
So
buy
they're
a
pretty much
child.
modern day
Yeah, an
slaves.
adoption center.
The thing is, you don't buy
Yeah,
ownership of
and
a child.
if you
You
buy,
gain guardianship over that
wait,
child.
you
You
don't
don't
Yeah,
own
wait
a
through
for an
money,
child.
adoption.
through
Wait, I
money
thought
and
they
like
give. Wait,
different
hold
other
on.
things
In
too.
adoption, I thought they give you money so you can take care of the child.
Do they? Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
Well, hold on.
give you money.
Wait,
How
so bro's
does
just
child
spreading
adoption work?
propaganda.
What'd you say?
Like I'm almost certain they give you like they get yeah because you get more benefits too when you adopt. Also,
I thought
It's just literally no.
You
okay,
want to look it
listen.
up?
Let me tell
You
you
want
the
to look it up
difference
right now?
between. Let me tell you the
if
difference
I
between
personally
a
feel within
guardianship.
my own subjective brain that I am morally obligated to beat my kid, does that mean it is absolutely
Did you say
required of
beat
me
your
to do
kid?
that? Yes. Am I required to do that because to me it is a moral obligation to do so?
Yeah.
Then holy fuck, you're stupid.
Did you just hear what you said? Like I don't know if you just heard what you said.
No, because that's not the same thing.
You said
Because
if
I said that
okay, go
if
ahead.
it's a moral obligation to me, does that mean I'm required to do so? No, it doesn't matter if the obligation
Oh my
is
Yeah,
god!
either
it
good or
is. Oh
bad
my gosh.
subjectively. So you think for something just because it's a moral obligation that requires you to do that said thing,
Yes.
then yeah, you're stupid.
What? That's what an obligation
Bro, this
is.
just explains everything, bro.
Yeah, no, you're stupid if you believe
This is
that.
That's what
willful
it
ignorance to
is.
the max degree.
Do you want to just like look up what an obligation is?
Do you want to look up what a moral obligation is? Because it's
That's
like
an
you're
okay.
willfully being.
Obligations are kind of just like moral off the rip, but whatever.
No, they're not.
Okay,
That holy
they're
presupposition.
either moral or illegal, but you still have to do it.
All right, look, bro. Look.
Looking.
Let me say two things. Obviously, the goat is speaking. He understands everything. So
What are you talking
listen,
about?
I'm talking about me. But
Okay.
listen, so for the first one, they did between guardianship and ownership. Obviously, you think it's the same, but let me explain. So obviously, it's illegal.
Okay, just look up the definition like you asked me. It said an act or course of action to which a
Hold on, we gotta pause this kid. So as the goat was speaking, it's
I go ahead.
now go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
All right, it says an act or course of action to which a person is morally or legally bound, a duty or commitment. Which what
I
is
told y'all.
that is a commitment does not mean you have to.
Yeah,
By this definition, it does not equal you having to do it.
say I'm committed to a relationship. I have to be in that relationship. You know.
No, okay. So let me
You can
me
be
explain something.
committed to
Let
a
me say something.
relationship and still get out of it after.
Yeah, then you lose that commitment. You're not committed anymore.
Yeah, you
Okay,
lose it. Like I said, you
Exactly.
can lose commitment. You don't have
okay,
to.
okay, okay, okay.
It's not a must.
Yo, Kyle, ex Kyle. Look,
Oh, you could just say
look.
XK. XK.
All right, XK. Look. So obviously, the difference between an obligation and a
Hold
requirement.
on, I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah,
Also, if
This
you
is
have sex, you're inherently evil.
yeah, precisely.
what if
Oh,
the what if the what
You
if
were
the
bringing
sex
a
is like
child
for
into the world that
reproductive
never
purposes only
consented to
though?
be there.
Wait, okay, I'm back.
Mm.
Oh, excuse me.
hold on.
If you engage in intercourse, you're inherently evil.
I would
What's
say
your
you're
wait?
more. I
Why
would
are we
say you're
laughing?
subjectively
I
evil,
agree
not
with that.
inherently.
Why are we laughing?
No, I
I
think
would.
it'll be inherently
I
because
would say
Because you know there's a
subjectively, not
risk of
inherently.
conceiving a child which cannot consent to being on this world.
Oh yeah,
and
what type
So
of
you're
also hold
inherently
on,
evil.
and also imagine all the sperms that don't reach the egg. So think about it. Would you rather have
sperms are not
one
living?
kid? Would you rather have one kid and wait.
I mean, this would just be another like abortion argument
Who
where it's
gives a
like,
like?
oh
Who gives a
well,
fuck about a
if
sperm,
all of
bro?
those sperm cells
Wait,
aren't
actually,
conscious beings,
actually, sperm is alive. So
it can
like,
be
What makes you
alive.
what makes you say that?
I understand it's alive, but
what do you
you
mean?
would have
What do
to
you mean? It's a
prove,
living cell.
but you would have to prove that it's conscious
Wait, so we
for me
only
to
care.
be anything.
Hold on. So you only value consciousness?
I value a lot of things, but I only value
Correct.
consciousness. That's just him though.
All right, yeah. So you think it'll be morally fine to unalive an unconscious baby, right?
No,
Why not? It's
Or
unconscious.
unconscious grandma.
an unconscious grandma. Oh fuck that bitch.
So what?
I said you're just the one that's evil, bro.
No, it's all of us. You feel bacteria
Nah.
every
We
day.
we we are not evil, bro. That's just you.
And you nut.
Because I don't
Now we
masturbate.
actually all up.
He doesn't. Okay.
Oh,
Dope.
wait, do you have intercourse?
No, I'm a virgin.
Why is he lying?
Well,
Anyways.
actually, inherently,
So if you're a virgin, you're also inherently
that's
evil.
also evil.
How's that? How the fuck is that evil, bro?
No, that's also evil.
Because
I mean, you're intentionally
okay, so you're
declining human
intentionally not
population.
procreating and creating a baby that can actually help our society and
Yeah.
Bro, how can that be
possibly
good?
So
resolve
then by
homelessness.
that
So you're
logic, your
inherently
moral
evil.
compass has no good. It's just bad and bad.
No,
I
there's
mean,
good. I mean,
So
like
it's like if I
there's
don't
some
bust
good.
this
become
nut, I'm
vegan.
evil. If I bust this nut, I'm evil.
I
No,
mean,
not a,
it's whether
no,
if you
not
look at
if
the
you.
glass half empty or half full.